Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? That's right. We're YDBT Daily coming at you with another show for about an hour and a half or so. We're going to be on. Usually it's an hour, but since I want to just get a little more for my money, meaning I'm not bringing out as many videos during the week as I would like to. So might as well do it for an hour and a half. See if we can get some clips out of this and extend it out until the weather cooperates. Because right now we're in like the midst of hurricane season. Tropical storm supposed to hit sometime next week. So obviously I'm not going to be doing walk pulls in the GT500 or anything like that. So today I want to talk about the Cybertruck. Now, if you're not really paying attention to this stuff, like if you're not on the Tesla pages, if you're not on Reddit, if you're not anywhere that promotes this stuff, you're not really aware of what's happening. You're not really into it. Like a lot of people that don't hit that algorithm. Like let's say if you don't look up Tesla stuff, if you're not up and up, like a lot of you don't even know that. Maybe most of you do, but a lot of you don't even know that the SpaceX is ready to almost launch another missile up into the sky. Like they're about a month away from potentially launching another big massive rocket, and a lot of people don't know that, and you wouldn't know that unless you're in on it like super hardcore. The Tesla Cybertruck stuff, I come across it because I follow Elon Musk on Twitter or X, and I see constant posts about it, constant things. Now, for its looks and all that stuff, I understand people saying it's ugly, it's stupid, I would never buy it. But will it sell? Absolutely. Like a lot of you guys wouldn't buy a Model Y, Model 3, Model X, but those things sell like hotcakes. So, if you're going to buy a truck, if you want a truck, will you opt for an F-150 Lightning with all of its shortcomings or the Cybertruck? And we'll talk about prices. We'll talk about utility. We'll talk about that what Tesla's position gives them the power of outselling Ford, not because of just straight head-to-head stuff. It's because of the impending UAW strike. So if you're Ford right now, you are very aware that the UAW might strike in September. Tesla is now driving the candidates, meaning the final revision for the Cybertruck all over California roads, some desert sites, some cold temperatures. You're going to see them everywhere in camo, F-150 camo, regular camo, army side, whatever camo. You're going to see them out there. They're getting really close to being able to say, this is the production unit. Here we go. So let's say Tesla finally, after 5 years of talking about the Cybertruck or whatever it is, say, here it is. Let's go. We're ready. You don't think they have everything ready to produce an insane amount of Cybertrucks in a relatively short period of time? And then the Ford F-150 with all its shortcomings, the lack of range, and it's just a regular truck with just, basically it's an F-150 with just electric shit around it, whereas the Cybertruck is a dedicated electric truck. So it's going to have a bunch of stuff the F-150 doesn't have. And Tesla has had the F-150 Lightning for 2 years. I guarantee they have one at the factory, and they do a head-to-head comparison. No way Tesla is going to come out with a truck to go like a head-to-head against the F-150 and have it not perform as well, not have a better range, not have a better bed, not have better utility, not have better everything. And Elon Musk in the launch event, I'm going to pay really close attention when the Cybertruck comes out, because I want to see what the testing they've done to match it up against it. There's a dual motor, and then there's a triple motor variant. Here's the prices real quick. So supposedly the two motor version is $70,000. I'm sorry, it was supposed to be 60. I think that now with inflation, the two motor is going to be close to 70. The three motor is going to be close to 80, exactly the same as the F-150. The F-150's pricing is $49.95 for the Pro trim, and then $92,000 for the Platinum extended range. So it's going to be about the same price, give or take $10,000 or so. So do you think the Cybertruck is going to bury the F-150 Lightning when it's having struggles even selling? Look, you already saw that Jim Farley already said that they're going to lose money again next year. Yes, they have already said we're going to lose money again. We project ourselves losing money with an EV lineup. So with that being basically hemorrhaging cash, and the F-150, the Cybertruck, ready to come out, and people have put deposits. Guys, do you know how many deposits? I can't wait till they actually finally announce the final number of the amount of people that put deposits, which is just $100, and we'll see who actually picks up their truck and actually drives it out the lot and actually see how much of a utility truck it is once it's on the road. Do you care? Like, I care because I want to see what a dedicated electric truck does against the only other truck that is selling halfway decent in the market but still losing money, the F-150 Lightning. We'll talk some shit, talk about whatever. A lot of people are reacting on Instagram to my video of talking about how dual throttle body swaps are stupid. Some people have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Some people out there, Alex, you're going to make Lund look bad. How? By telling you that the best way to swap something is this way? Like, guys, if you think dual throttle body swaps onto Gen 2 and 3s is going to make a lot of power, I got a bridge to sell you. So the aftermarket is going to make Y pipes for the current stuff, but my issue is the swap. And eventually people are going to say, wait a minute, why do I want to Y pipe this situation when I literally have 4 years worth of single throttle body manifolds for, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of vehicles floating around all over the place? That, or make a Y pipe for the current dual throttle body setup. That'll be interesting what they do. I think they're psycho if they're going to make Y pipe stuff, because then you can't make a kit that goes from 2015 all the way to 2026. You're going to now have to make a new part number, and that's going to be difficult for tooling. And how many are they going to sell? We'll see how all that goes. Let's say hi to the people and get after it. Talk a little shit for about an hour and a half. 2000 MCR, Joe Swiss, Paul Ponthieu, I'm Hung Solo, Richard Whedon, Garage Book. Actually, you know what? I didn't do it live. My goodness.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
I'm all out of source today. Let's get after it. Two Auto Solution, Rami Dadan to Auto Solution down in Puerto Rico, getting everything. I don't know, he's building cars in Puerto Rico, mostly Chevy, because we haven't really gotten a lot of tunes from him this month. Things have slowed down. Inflation is taking hold. Race Motive's got a race coming up. Check him out. Race Motive on Instagram. DNA Hab Performance, the online parts house for the show. DNA Hab Performance, DNAHabPerformance.com. Part Farm Rob. You know what? I wish that a jacked up GT350 showed up that wasn't close to $60,000. I'd actually think about picking it up. Partfarm.com. Conformance.com. He's selling his boat that has 2 LSs, so take that for what you will. Conformance. Ultimate Header, ultimateheader.com. Ultimate Header on Instagram. PMask, Nick James, and PMask. Got his father's Chevelle running. That's cool. I was seeing Nick's father's Chevelle running. Was really cool to see on Facebook. And Calumet Transmission, CalumetTransmission.com. Let's keep going. Garage Bill Coyote, Darren Harper, Monty 540, TJ Sikorsky, Brian Harper, Travis, Maki Mock the Wolf, Matthew Nichols, Omar, it's man, Andy Ali, JD Swag, Omar, HTFU grad, 50 McFlurry, Zodix Garage, 305 RSP says, what's poppin'? Cybertruck's been coming for 5 years. Okay, you'll see what happens. Did you think a 9.4 second sedan was possible in an electric format? No? All of a sudden, that's like the car to beat on the road. And you and I both know, if you're in your 900 horsepower F-150, in your any vehicle, unless your car is capable of 4 seconds, 60 to 130, you ain't got shit for that Tesla. Pito, Chiquito, Christian Duran, Anthony, Angel Puerto Rico, Joe Jr., Ryan Paquette, Redbeard Racing, RoboStyle, Izzy R, B. Lavesh, 82 Z28, Lorenzo, Ignacio Ramirez, Abel says, we live. Douche did it, Kylon, Anthony, Jared Wells, keep the TVS on that fucking car. You're already doing stupid shit. Keep the TVS on that car. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. My goodness, seeing his post make my brain hurt. Venom Racing, Bryson Will, it's Ye Bison, Pacho, Alfredo Diaz, Velocity, Jacob, JP's, SVT, 50, Chris Basin, Jacob, JB, Austin 86, SK Productions. What's up, SK Productions? Garage Bill Coyote, looks like he lost his what do you call it? He must have had a new credit card or something because he lost his badge. Garage Bill Coyote, Chris Basin, Bag Tacoma, Redbird, Zenith Clark, Dixon, Gregory Ovich, Eliza S50, and the Black Betty, Alex Alcazar, and all the usual suspects. We don't have to go through all the bullshit. So I would love, just like Walter Hoffman is saying, I challenge anyone to name 3 things that the F-150 will do better than the Cybertruck. You know what people will say? Look better. And again, that's relative. Some people want to be weird. Some people want to stand out. Some people stance their cars, okay? So don't tell me about looks. If you think stanced cars look good, you're not only on crack, you're blind as shit. And you're probably a zoomer. No offense. Stanced cars look stupid. They're not functional. They don't look good. They do nothing except look like there's an issue with the suspension. So the Cybertruck is going to have a 6-foot bed. It's going to have a power port to power your house in the event of a outage. It's going to have to go 0 to 60 in the 4s. It's going to have to be an 11-second or 10-second truck because the Model X Plaid is a 9-second SUV. So this truck has to be a 10-second truck. Imagine you make fun of the model, what do you call it? The Cybertruck. You made fun of the Cybertruck forever. It's stupid, it's gay, it's dumb. And then someone that likes to race buys one. Someone that dailies, already has a F350, doesn't need an electric truck, but he goes out there and says, let me buy one just to fuck with people. I want to go out there and just fuck with these F-150s. These all-wheel drive F-150s. I want to get them from a roll. I want to get them from a dig. And imagine this thing's a 10 or high 9-second truck. Then what? Like, you can hate it all you want. You can say it's ugly all you want, but it's faster than you and probably has a better range. If your F-150 has a Whipple, E85, ID1300s, and a return-style fuel system, the current Cybertruck has better range than your car or truck or your car. Any car on E85 that can make 8 to 900 or 1,000 rear-wheel horsepower has a worse range and has an equal amount of hard time finding fuel as an electric vehicle or a Cybertruck would. You know, if you're in an area that doesn't have E85, the nearest station to you is 50 miles away, and you talk shit about charging and availability of charging for EVs, you just realize that you just made the argument go full circle for you too. But I have the ability to put it on pump gas. Yeah, but not if you're pulling down to 20 plus PSI. You and I both know that in order for that car to meet the acceleration standards that you require and that EVs are capable of stock, you need to be pulling to death and on E85 ready to go. So the amount of E85 in your neighborhood or in your town or in your city is scarce. And the amount of chargers for EVs are probably more prevalent and available than E85 is in your area. So be careful when you make that argument about charging availability when you're running around with an ID1300 return-style fuel system, E85 equipped 8 or 9 or 1,000 horsepower Mustang or F-150. You're going to look really stupid when the argument comes full circle. A lot of people want something to go fast, period. Looks mean nothing. In my opinion, the Lightning is a killer looking vehicle. Wow. Jeez. Look at him from my point of view. I got to spend another $4,000 on long tubes and cooling mods for the TVS. Why? Why do you guys spend $4,000 on long tubes? Tell me why you have to spend $4,000 on long tubes. Just get a cat delete. Long tubes and cat delete, the power difference is like 5 horse. Pulley down. I went 10-1 at 138 with cat deletes and a 75 millimeter pulley on a Gen 1. Like, you're not going to go 10-1. I love you. Jared Wells. I know what it takes to go 10-1 in that vehicle. You're not going to get there. So leave it alone. It doesn't need cooling mods. It doesn't need a heat exchanger. It doesn't need long tubes. That car just needs you to drive it like a normal guy. And we want to go racing? Put 100 octane in it. Get yourself a 100 octane tune or E85 and be done with it. You don't need $4,000 in mods. People just get way off kilter with their builds. And then all of a sudden, they're in a hole. Like, that's the argument with Chevy guys. Like, okay, I was talking to Alec Bledsoe today. And Alec Bledsoe said that there is no way you can make a Camaro SS as fast, a Mustang GT to a ZL1. You don't compare a GT to a SS. You compare a GT to a ZL1. Now that's gone. Now you compare GTs to Corvettes. So a lot of people, get, oh, well, you can make an SS fast. You got to build a motor. You and I both know you got to build that motor. Because in order for it to be worth a fuck, you got to build the motor on the SS to have it compete with a GT boosted. Look, we're talking adults here. If you want to do the NA game and gut it, that's cool. But we're adult here. We can afford boost. Nobody can afford most of these EVs, and they can't really be your only vehicle. I agree. I've always said that I think your EV, if you're going to get an EV, it should be your second or third vehicle. It should be your around town daily driver. Let's say you commute to work 30 miles. Perfect vehicle. Absolutely perfect vehicle. You can get about a week's worth of driving out of one charge. Charge it up at Wawa after you gas up and get a little burger or something, or a hoagie or a sub, whatever the hell they call it, depending on where you live. And there it is. You're charged up for another week. But in order for you to drive, everyone gives you the extreme example of why EVs are not viable. And the extreme example is, what if I have to drive 300 miles? When was the last time you drove 300 miles in your daily driver? And don't give me the exception. I'm talking about the norm. Most of you guys drive around town. Brandon has the most piece of shit 7.3 liter F350. Absolute toilet. He doesn't drive it more than 40 miles a day. And that literally is going to be a death trap. That truck looks like it's going to fold in half at any moment. But you know what? He drives it maybe 40 miles a day. So if you have a 300-mile range, you can get about 5 days use out of it and then charge up once, which will cost you $20. It's kind of hard to beat that. I get it. Alex, oh, here we go. I don't want to talk setup. I love you guys. I don't want to talk setup questions. This is just crazy. Kiss, my good man. No need to overcomplicate and overspend. Right. I need long tubes. No, you don't. I need cooling mods. No, you don't. He says that's my exact same setup right now. 79 millimeter pulley, 93, fixing the fuel pressure issue so we can go 85, but swapping the T56 in. First motor is already built and now has the full Steeder kit now. Who built the motor? What makes you think it's built? What's done to it? Who built it? I love it. People go, motor's built, and it ends up being a stock bottom end. Ford announced today that a 2024 Ford F-150 Platinum Black Edition is $98,000. $98,000. We are talking about a $100,000 half-ton pickup truck. That means, okay, let's do a calculator. Okay, let's do a finance calculator. Actually, let's go to cars.com and let's do a finance calculator. Cars for sales. Car payment calculator. Auto loan calculator. Let's say you have a $98,000 truck and you put down $20,000, which no one will. Nobody puts $20,000 unless you trade it and is worth that. But let's say you're financed $70,000. And let's say 72 months, because nobody does 60 months anymore. Let's say the interest rate is 5%, which is kind of high. No incentives. Down payment, we're not doing any down payment because we're factoring that in. Calculate. 2,000, wait, title, down payment 0 because it doesn't matter. Calculate. Sales tax, the whole 9 yards. Your sales tax is $5,400. Your payments, what in the, why don't you just, it's $1,256. My first mortgage was $900. My first mortgage was $900 a month. It was a $130,000 house back in Massachusetts. That blows my mind. That's how I equate a truck for $100,000. I don't think I'll ever do. A luxury vehicle, I understand, but a half-ton pickup truck, no fucking way. I'm thinking about putting a billet race engine in my car. You think it'll be good? It's a daily driver. I'm driving 2.5 each way in my Model 3 this weekend. I'll get there with 50% left. On my way back, I'll hit up a supercharger for 30 minutes while I get some food, and I'm good to go. That's exactly it. Every time I stopped with my Corvette coming down from Pennsylvania, it was a half-hour stop. Drove for about 280 miles, pulled over, got gas, went inside, pissed, grab a bite, do whatever. It's a 30-minute stop. So why don't you just do that in a Tesla, stop for 30 minutes, grab food, do your thing. Like a lot of people overcomplicate shit when they don't understand, wait, when you're doing a road trip, each stop is at least 30 minutes, guaranteed. Would you consider purchasing a 350 and building it for the channel or a Mustang GT build? Probably a Mustang GT because it's more relevant. The 350, in my opinion, it's a high-end car, and the only way I would really bastardize it by building it. And when I'm saying building it, I'm saying really getting after it. Fuel system, axles, drive shaft, transmission, because I don't trust the 3160 at all. The only way I would do it is if it either had high miles or if it was it had an accident, meaning it's been through a bunch of owners, but the miles are relatively good. And the only one I would do is a 2019. To be honest with you, I think you guys would appreciate a regular, like a Gen 2 again, because I never went through the build process of a Gen 2, but I've already had a Gen 2. So maybe the channel wants to see something totally different. And the 350 is where it's at. Look, my GT500 is done in terms of what I have to do to it. I just have to break it in. I'm going to put it up in the air again, nut and bolt everything. I'm going to send the drive shaft off to balance again because I have a sneaking suspicion once I put the yoke in it, it threw the balance off because it wasn't balanced with that yoke installed. So a 350 would be a completely different thing. It'd probably get twin turbos. To be honest with you, I'd probably get like an Aldo kit or a Hellion kit. Probably Hellion for simplification, but after seeing how much of a pain in the ass it is to install a sleeper kit, I might go supercharge and leave it alone. Boomtendo says, when is all 100 floors NPC bot coming? Vroom vroom boost. I don't know what he's talking about. That's TRX Raptor price range, right? He got ARP head studs. He got ARP head studs and it's built. It's definitely not built. My stay-at-home wife could use an EV to run to the store, grab the groceries, run the kids around town, mimosas with the girls. Yeah, mimosas with the girls and self-drive. Truck prices are out of control these days. I know the shop that built it and who built it, and I bought the... Okay. MMR rods and pistons. Who wants to tell them? Who wants to tell them, guys? I know the shop that built it and who built it. Why I bought the car. MMR rods and pistons. ARP head, ARP everything. King bearings, stock heads beside. Who wants to... Does anyone want to let them know what the deal is with that 3-letter company? MMR, aka... Oh, okay, I'm not going to say it because, look, they're very litigious. And I'm good. I just don't care anymore. I just don't care to call companies out. I've never had an issue with MMR, but I remember what happened with It's Just a 6. Remember when he went through his troubles with his engine? Then there was a whole fucking post about it, and it was like the whole stupid thing. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to pass on that shit. Yeah, 350s are getting cheaper, but inflation isn't helping things. Like Rob at Parts Farm has a 2019 350. It has a salvage title, but I don't know why it was salvaged. Now, if it was salvaged out of Texas, tough call, because it might have been flooded. And you'll never get your money back from a flooded car. Not that you want to get your money back, but if I was going to build a car, I would build something that's mechanically sound, that had been through, let's say, a minor flood. Let's say the flood didn't reach, let's say, the floor. But why did they salvage the car? You know, it's one of those questions that you wonder. And if I do build a 350, it's not for the intent to resell it or keep the value. If I was to do that, I probably would never buy a vehicle, because my ZR1, the reason I bought the ZR1 was because it had over 50,000 miles. It had over 3 owners. It'd been dogged out in gangbangs and in bukkake parties. It'd been everywhere. So I'm like, all right, I don't mind modding this one. And the price was probably the cheapest in the country for the condition that it was in. Top-notch parts and build, bro. Exactly. Once he said that, I was like, okay, cool. Because to me, a top-notch build is something like FFRE, manly stuff, diamond pistons, like, you know, Billy badass stuff. Can you take the Dark Horse badges away? Can you take the Dark Horse badges away? Why? Are you guys sick and tired of the Dark Horse? I guess I can change them, but I'd rather not. A 350 with an ESS would be crazy. I don't think so, Kylon. This is why. A 350 with an ESS isn't really going to showcase what that car can do. I think twin turbos at like 7 PSI would really show you how awesome that engine is. The Voodoo engine, in my opinion, is fantastic. Look, a lot of people had issues with the crank. A lot of people initially thought the crank was going to be an issue. And then when they found out that the crank itself is not an issue, the Fat House Fab builds, aka FFRE engines, use a stock crank. They don't use a crazy exotic crank in those things. They use a bone stock crank and make well over 11, 12, 1300 horsepower. So I'm not afraid of any issues with the crank. The rods are the issue. So that's why I would opt for a 2019, 2020 variant of the 350. But again, I'd have to get rid of the GT500 and get into a house before I bought a 250. Or if the housing market is this stupid, maybe I can get into it sooner than later after I sell the GT500. New truck prices have had me torn on the Maverick to replace my Fusion and an F-150, same miles per gallon, and a mini bed. No need for big towing capacity. 4K is enough. Okay. So what if a Cybertruck single motor is $50,000? Would you buy it? Single motor is still going to get 280 to maybe 300 miles per charge. Still have a lot of utility. Still have the wow factor. Still have all the interior stuff. All the stuff that makes Tesla is the software. It's not the hardware. Like you get in a Model S Plaid, it's okay looking. It has like Ultima quality. But then you get in it, and it has a ridiculous amount of tech. Strategically placed buttons everywhere. Kind of everything's intuitive. So I don't think the tech is what you see in terms of from the design. I think the money in the tech is obviously once you get in it and start playing with everything, the full self-drive, if you opt for it, and all the other stuff, I think is worth it. Because a lot of the stuff that the new cars are mimicking, like guys, nobody was putting tablets in the middle of dashes until Tesla did. And nobody put this big, massive Samsung tablet in the middle of the car that had all the infotainment and everything until Tesla did it. And then all of a sudden, now everyone's doing it. Now Ford is putting two 9-inch Samsung tablets in the car to kind of like make up for the fact that they have nowhere to integrate this seamlessly. It's thrown. And when you look at the steering wheel, go look at the Dark Horse or GT with a dash with two tablets in situation. When you look through the steering wheel at the tack and stuff, it cuts off like a chunk of it. It's not ergonomically designed. It's just thrown on there. It's literally a car made by Focus Groups. They threw parts on an S550 and two dashes and said brand new car and upped the price $10,000 for its base model. GT anyway. Crazy. PK Auto, what's up, PK Auto? How you doing, brother? He's probably still working right now. PK Auto, love him in California. Got out there. Now he's offering Vortec kits and a bunch of other stuff. Nice to see him growing over there. How can I teach these kids, Jared Wells? Come on, Jared. You literally do the opposite of this channel and the dating channel. Damn it, you've been around long enough. I think Jared Wells is like a lot of Mustang guys. Okay, hear me out. I make fun of VMS guys here, and then you guys laugh at it. Then you buy VMS wheels and put it on your car. I make fun of budget return style fuel systems. You guys make fun of it. Meanwhile, you have it on your car. So you could tell that a lot of people here make fun and they, pile on a little bit. But when you actually get down to the brass tacks, a lot of the people are doing what I'm making fun of. Look, if it wasn't that prevalent, there wouldn't be that much to make fun of. There wouldn't be that much to make fun of. People make fun of trumpet intakes, and I explain to them why trumpet intakes are dumb and they don't gain any power. Porting doesn't gain that much power, maybe 5 horse, but people port. People buy a aftermarket throttle body and port it. People buy an 18 manifold and port it. And the placebo effect that takes place once it's installed overtakes the actual horsepower increase that it actually makes. They go, I feel it's a faith-based modification. It's faith-based. Like, you actually think when you recycle, you're saving the planet? Like, you actually think, like, I'm doing something good for the planet. Let me put this bottle in the green container as opposed to the blue container. It's the same thing as porting. Oh, and you probably do the fuzzy math. You do the fuzzy math. Well, stock, these cars dyno 400 horsepower to the wheel. I ported the manifold, E85. I put a cold air intake in it. It has to be over 480. Then you get on a dyno and it makes 432, and you go, what? Like my red car dynoed at 390 rear wheel horsepower with 373s, a loose converter, and the Hoosier QuickTime Pros. It ran 11.2 at 120. That's how valuable dyno numbers are to me. Price and weight. I'm good, actually. I wish I was working. Been off for a week due to surgery. Been staring at the wall for a week. Finally back in the mouth. PK, I can't work out for 2 weeks because of the wisdom teeth surgery. I can't raise my blood pressure. I can't do shit. It sucks. It's the worst thing ever. I can work because I'm just sitting down. Why did they not cover up the keyhole in the driver's side door handle on the S8? Who cares? On the Gen 3 weekend toy that I'll be no more than 700 wheel, will a drop-in pump and injectors be enough and reliable to use? Okay, that's just not a question I can answer easily. I don't know the power adder. I don't know the fuel system you're using. I don't know the injector size. I know nothing. You gave me a very blanket statement and said, will this be enough? And it's just, I can't answer that question. So let's look at the Cybertruck. I know you guys think it's crap, but let's look at it. So go to Twitter, just type in Cybertruck, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. A lot of people out there seeing these trucks everywhere. They're all over the place. They're actually really, really weird looking. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I can get used to this. It definitely stands out. There's a lot of dash. There's a lot of bed. Yeah, believe it or not, that bed is usable and big as hell. A lot of people are posting up pictures of it driving around, showing the lights, showing how everything looks. And I get it. If you're not into the looks, you have to be into the truck or what the truck represents. Like the truck represents just weirdness, just weird shit. But you got to understand how difficult it is to get these panels to actually line up. Like the fact that these sheets are this material and this finish, any imperfection will show up. A dent will show up easy. He actually sent out a mass email the other day saying, hey, I want this stuff to be super tight, like 0.0003, to the third decimal place or fourth decimal place in thousandths, because if Legos can do it, we can do it. He literally sent out an email saying, you guys better tighten this shit up, because in my opinion, unless it's super tight, it's shit. It ain't worth shit. Whoa, Jesus Christ. Way to get copyrighted. So yeah, look, it's just everywhere. So maybe you don't like it, but if it's $50,000, $50,000 for a single motor deal, and you can take advantage of stupid stuff like rebates and shit, I might be worth it for some people. Not me, though, because I'm not a truck guy. I protested at the fact that I got the Escalade. Escalade, the only reason I got it was it had high miles, the price was right, had the big engine, the transmission I wanted. It just happened to have really nice saddle interior and nice trim. But I wanted a newer Tahoe Denali, like a Denali, Yukon Denali, but couldn't find those because it has a 6-liter. This one has a 6-liter, has 8-speed. I'm happy. But I kind of protested at that because I didn't need it. But the good thing about it is I can't mod it. I can't do stupid shit. So it's a perfect daily driver. And I don't drive more than 100 miles a week. Like, not at all. So I wonder if it'll bury Ford. Like, Ford already is losing money. Then you have the looming UAW strike. Then you have them just losing constant money on all of their EVs. It's a perfect storm for Tesla to say, we're going to bury them before they even start. And knowing Elon, the way he operates, he might actually go through with it. He might actually, out of spite, do some crazy shit. Kevin Kevinson says, thanks for dialing in my E85 18 manifold 2012 this morning. Thank you very much, Kevin. Look, on the ticket system, new tunes that I did this week were over 60. And it's Thursday. That's not counting revisions. That's not counting log reviews. 60 new tunes done by me. And then there's 3 other tuners and senior tunes on the side. It's Cobra, Lightning, and a couple of other 3 valves and stuff. Again, on a case-by-case basis. So I am blown away that in the middle of August, during basically a recession, they call it, it's inflation. No, it's basically a recession. It's going to be. People are still buying tunes like a motherfucker. I can't imagine a truck guy ever buying a Cybertruck over Ford. Yes, they would, Dean. Truck guys like trucks. Truck guys will have an F150 or an F350 or a 2500 and a Cybertruck. It's not to buy it to replace it. Truck guys like trucks. I'm a muscle car guy. I have a ZR1, GT500, Fox body. Fairmont, it's not a muscle car. So they don't care. They like what the thing represents. So imagine a guy that has a Dodge Cummins diesel, a Godzilla 7.3 gas Ford, and he can afford a Cybertruck. If he's a truck guy, he'll buy it. Absolutely. I think so anyway. Dentist told you no turvy, no peck for 2 weeks. Exactly. We need Tesla price performance, but with GMC Hummer EV looks. How long till the cuz get a hold of one and put it on bags in 24? Who the hell knows? I'm not a truck guy either. I plan on selling my F-150 and get it cheap daily and then throw all the money I save into my car. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either, Mendoza Coyote. I wouldn't do that either. That's crazy to me. What's mileage and towing capacity on a Cybertruck? Well, it has to be similar to what a Ford F-150 Lightning does at its top trim. Like, who knows the top tier trim of towing and capacity for a EV Lightning? Or a Lightning. I think it's going to be like 150 miles towing capacity. 10,000 pounds towing capacity. Or maybe high thousands, high 8,000 or something like that. And the towing range is going to be about 150 miles because it's half when it's full, which is about 300 miles. And we're talking in the spring, not the summer when the AC is fully on, not the winter when the heater is on because it kills the battery. So the Cybertruck has to outperform the Ford F-150 in every single little aspect in order for it to be a winner. I have 4 trucks, no interest in my Cybertruck. Okay, that's you. But do you think that's gonna like make it not sell? That thing is gonna sell like a motherfucker. Guys, there's gonna be Cybertruck. You can hate it all you want. You can hate the design. You can hate everything. Everyone is gonna buy that. Everyone is going to buy that. And the people that don't buy it will not buy it out of spite. If it outperforms, if it has tons of utility, tons of tech, and it's just a better truck, the only reason not to buy it is to be spiteful about maybe how it looks or the fact that it's a Tesla. Like, there are people out there that chase down Teslas and roll coal in front of them. What the hell are you proving? What the hell are you proving when you go find a Tesla and roll coal in front of it? That you're a fucking idiot? Yep, that's exactly what you're doing. When you look for a Tesla and roll coal in front of it, that thing will it'll outperform your truck in every way, shape, or form. You're just being insecure. Some people piss on Teslas. Some people, I've seen the Wham Bam thing, the Wham Bam Tesla Cam channel on YouTube. Just go Wham Bam Tesla Cam. People piss on Teslas just because it's a Tesla. It's usually redneck hillbillies in Alabama or somewhere. And I'm blown away of that behavior. It's no different than like saying Chevy sucks and pissing on a Chevy. I would never do that. It's just stupid behavior. Some people are going to do that. Even if the truck is better, they're going to roll out with their Ford or their Chevy, even if it's an inferior vehicle. Riley Neufeld says, I beat it full bolt on Tricky Tune 5.0 with my Lund Tune 885 car and an H5. Really surprised me. Lund has got the Gen 3 stuff locked down. I don't know why you're doubting it. Like, the only reason that say anyone else tunes are better are fanboys that hate Lund, that don't operate the Lund way. The people that don't want to do... Look, the moment you get your car tuned by Lund, it's Lund's car. Because now we need you to do certain things for this thing to run right. And if you're going to say, no, I want to try different things. Like, the first thing people say when they get their car tuned blows my mind. Hey, I got the car tuned. Now it idles at a different idle speed. The fans come on at a different speed or different temperature. And the transmission shifts different. Really? Huh. Well, let me see. What did you expect out of a tune? More performance? Right. So, the transmission. How is the shifting different? Oh, it's firmer. Ah, very good. So, do firmer shifts add performance? Or does it take away performance? Add performance? Ah, very good, buddy. Let's go move on to the fan. If I kick the fan on sooner, will the car run cooler? Yeah, very good. That you 2 for 2. Congratulations. Your car's a manual, right? I'm sorry, on a manual car. The idle's higher, right? Yeah. Does it make it easier to leave a light? Actually, yeah, it does. Oh, well, look at that. Your tuned vehicle now performs differently than it did stock. Oh my God. I'm blown away at some of the stuff people say. It's like the Jeep Gladiator people. Buy it because it looks weird and it's just a truck. 90% of truck owners don't actually use the truck for its purpose. They buy it to be flashy and comfortable in big vehicle on the freeway, right? Every Jeep owner, every Bronco owner, most Raptor owners do not buy the vehicle for its intended purpose. They buy the vehicle to say, I got it. I got it. Why do you buy a Rolly? Because you can. Does your Casio watch tell time? Yup. Does the Rolly tell time? Yup. So why'd you get a Rolly? Because I can. That's why you buy a Raptor. That's why you buy a Bronco. You want people to see you in it. Why do you wear your really expensive Jordans out? You want to be seen in them. Look at that. Cybertruck owners will be the same way. You can't say Cybertruck owners are weird because they're going to buy the truck just to stand out and then get in your Raptor R that has never seen any sand ever. You're the same guy. What a dumbass. Look at that guy. He bought a Cybertruck. What a homo. Boom. Gets in your PPG, Armor All, insanely detailed Raptor R in Dallas. Fucking clown. You're the same guy. You just chose a different way of standing out. Raptor R owner that never does whatever the fuck you do when you butt fuck guys in the desert. I don't know. A pre-run. I'm gonna pre-run this course so that the race truck can actually get through. Okay, cool. No, you're not. Well, what an asshole! He bought a Cybertruck just because he wants to clout chase. You got a Raptor R that's never seen sand. Shut up. I know it's not Tesla's fault, but I feel like Tesla has pushed electric vehicles on us and gas vehicles out. Izzy, do you have an iPhone? Izzy R, do you have an iPhone? Okay. You probably have an iPhone. You don't need an iPhone. You don't need those bubbles to change color when you know someone's red shit. But you have it because you feel it's the best phone. You feel it's the best phone for you. You feel it's the best tool for the job. So, if people want to drive it, have torque, have it self-drive, never go to a gas station again, well, they're not pushing it on you. They're making a great product, and people are buying it. I make fun of iPhone people because it's a cult. I make fun of Tesla people because it's a cult. But you can make the argument that both companies make the best version of the product that they sell. 2 Androids and an iPhone, yes. Loud customer service alone puts them all else to shame, let alone top performance. Jumps Raptor one time and sets off the airbags. The chat is slowly devolving on regular people arguing that it's a shame on some are members. Oh, I'm okay with it. Woke Alex is best, Alex. I don't know if that's woke in a good way or woke in a bad way. I consider a Cybertruck over an EV car that is an in-town vehicle. Not selling my diesel. I tow across state lines 3 times a year. I would not buy a Cybertruck. I have no need for a truck. But if someone bought a Cybertruck and they said, I just think it's cool. I'm a tech guy. I buy the latest and greatest shit. I got the latest and greatest TV at home. I get a new TV every 2 years. I know guys that get a new TV every 2 years. OLED, crazy stuff. I got the latest PlayStation. I got the latest Xbox. I got the latest everything. So I wanted this because my hobby is fucking with tech. I wouldn't hate on that guy. But the Raptor guy, or the guy that buys a dually diesel, puts American Force wheels or whatever with bullets as the lug nuts, is gayer than a Cybertruck owner. If you put LEDs, bullets as lug nuts, $8,000 or $9,000 or $12,000 wheels on your dually that is lifted, out of all things, you're a homosexual. You're the same guy as the Cybertruck. You want to stand out just in a different way. That's it. You're the same guy. You're still gay. It's all good. It's all good. Nothing wrong with that. My wife had to have a black 22 Laramie for three. Wait. My wife had to have a black 22 Laramie for 3 bags of mulch every spring and 6 mums every fall. Got tired of fighting it, so I gave it after 10 years and got the damn truck. I'll never get truck people. Tesla does not make commercials. Tesla does not market. Tesla has never made a commercial, so I don't know what marketing is. I know it's not Ford's fault, but I feel like he pushed cars on America and moved horses off to the side. That's so good. That, Elver Galarga, wonderful. Wonderful job. I love it. He knows it's not Tesla's fault, but he feels Tesla is pushing better performing, super fast cars, affordable cars on the road that charge quickly and are, for all intents and purposes, not necessarily better for the planet, but are efficient. Just like Ford built the Model T and he pushed cars on America and put the horse as a hobby situation. I mean, that's wonderful. That's one of the better comebacks I've seen. And again, he's not digging at the guy, but he's basically making a point. Lifted dual rear wheel, gay, yes, absolutely. If you lift your dually, you are automatically a homosexual. Alex, you're just hating because you can't afford it. Let's stop using that argument. I can afford it and then some. So let's stop using the I got money, you're broke, so you can't afford it, that's why you make fun of it argument. That argument has gone. I got it like that. Relax. And thanks to you guys and the members, I can afford that. Absolutely. But what the hell am I going to prove? By saying I can do that and then buy it and never use it to its full capacity. Why do I need a dual rear wheel truck? Why do I need to pay the extra road taxes on that? Why do I need to gas up with a diesel truck when I drive 100 miles a week tops? Stop the Alex is hating because he can't afford it argument. That ship has sailed. My daily commute to and from work is Alex's weekly commute. There you go. It's not Tesla's fault, but it's kind of Tesla's fault. I get what he's saying. What about 12-inch exhaust tips? Oh, I would buy the Rivian before the Cybertruck. Looks like much better. Oh yeah, perro grande. So you're going to buy a truck from a company that's going out of business? Is that what you're telling me? You are so spiteful that you would buy a truck from a company that is going out of business than a Cybertruck. Cool story. Or the idiot Dodge owners that roll call everywhere they go. Billet lug nut equals trompeta intake. They be doing the most, making the truck worse for $15,000 extra on top of the truck prices. I must embrace the Shelby gayness. Exactly. 100% accurate. I saw my old kid's job. I saw it at my old job as a mechanic. Pickups had more tire shine than my Mustangs. Ford invested 5-day, 40-hour work week. Trump's mugshot just dropped. Oh, shit, really? Trump mugshot. Let's see it. I'm going to make a shirt. Free Bobby Trump. I don't see it. Let me see. Let's go to X. Let's go to X together. Come on. Let's see if the Trump mugshot dropped. Bro, I want to see that shit. Come on. X, here we go. No. This is 1 hour ago. Let's see trending. Let's go to explore mugshot. Hey, Bobby, free Bobby Trump. Oh, what a dude. Great job. Look, even Martin Luther King had a if that scowl is his mugshot, I absolutely love it. Because you are looking at the next president of the United States. You have now made him a martyr. You are now guaranteeing his presidency. Congratulations, the people in Fulton County or whatever it is. You have made him the next president of the United States by making the mugshot. And he looks, I'm getting a shirt and I'm going to the gym with that fucking shirt. Is it Donald Trump? FDT. Free Donald Trump. Trending hashtag. Got it. Free Bobby Trump. Free Bobby Trump is right. Please don't compare it to MLK. No, Trump has done more. Sorry. Please don't compare to MLK. I'm sorry. You're a hater? That dude, when Trump was in power, America was doing the best. Sorry. Hey, if you listen to Kevin Samuels will drop some knowledge about Martin Luther King. Don't take it from me, a dumb Puerto Rican that does no shit. Listen to Kevin Samuels, a black man that talked about what Martin Luther King was all about for a little bit. Yes, civil rights, all that. But boy, on the side, he was doing some shit. FDT, free Donald Trump, exactly. Alex is an adult and saves money by not buying useless vehicles and only driving the needed amount each week to save money. Pfft, living like an adult. Look, the ZR1 is 100% personal pleasure. The ZR1 is one of those vehicles that people think about and go, man, I wish I got a ZR1. And I was very happy and lucky that I was able to attain one. The GT500, I want to run 8s and get it out of my life. I want it out of my life. I need that money. I want that money to put into a nice house so that the business, quote unquote, the business this can grow. And I don't mind buying a house at high APR because I'll refi later. But the insurance in Florida is dumb shit. Cheap gas prices. Kevin Samuels is a GOAT. Exactly. I'm black and I agree. There you go. If Kevin Samuels can say some shit about Martin Luther King, just listen to him. Just type it in. Kevin Samuels, Martin Luther King. And then you could talk to me about Donald Trump. Okay, cool. Got it. Right. Never done more than MLK. Got it. Understood. MLK was out there wilding, but don't nobody know that. It's all good. People don't want to hear that stuff. Thank you very much. I voted for him, but that's stupid. Sorry, I'm sure Trump cheats too. He doesn't cheat. He tells you right to your face what he's going to do. He's going to grab you right by the pussy. Like that guy, I love honesty. And I appreciate honesty. And I appreciate realness and someone that's just going to be themselves. I'd rather a guy come up to me and go, I'm a celebrity. I'm a billionaire. I'll grab them right by their pussy. I don't care. That's what they want. And you don't think these bitches be trifling like that when a billionaire steps into the room? Imagine if Drake comes into a club. You don't think Drake can go into a club and do whatever the fuck he wants with the girls in that club just because he's Drake? But then Donald Trump says it and all of a sudden it's blasphemy? A billionaire? Please stop. No, I would not do that, Leon Phelps. Leon Phelps asks, Alex, would you ever consider getting a Challenger Hellcat with a manual transmission for the channel? No. The auto ones are quick. But look, the sheer weight of that vehicle makes it difficult for the manual transmission to last. No matter how well you built it, no matter how much money you put into that manual transmission, the sheer weight of the car is going to kill the transmission. It's a non-starter for me. Tonto Cheap, he uses the tax code to his advantage, exactly. I can't repeat half of this shit you guys are putting on. But anyway. Shit. F. Mendez says, for what it'll get stolen? It's a manual. I don't think a lot of you-know-who can drive a manual. Right, people act like the president can't get laid. Exactly. Buddy had a man Hellcat. It's Buddy had a man Hellcat. It sucked. Got it. Yeah. Now manual Hellcats, in my opinion, it's a non-starter. Stop. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he is a political prisoner. Look, MLK was a political prisoner. Donald Trump is a political prisoner, and he will be elected, even if he's in jail. Because, guys, these guys get Secret Service protection for the rest of their lives. So if he's in jail, it's just him and the Secret Service guys. He will get elected from jail because everyone sees this is a political persecution. He ain't no billionaire. He might be getting close after all the money he suckers his followers. Okay, you don't think he's a billionaire? Okay, cool. Have you seen his plane? And I like how he goes suckers. 75, half the country. Half the country. Okay. I found Facebook Marketplace page that is full of stolen Mopars in Philly. Every hip-hop artist in the 90s wanted to be Trump. Exactly. Every hip-hop artist wanted to be Trump. Every hip-hop artist was hanging with Trump, doing Trump shit, and all of a sudden, oh, he's a Republican. Fuck him. He sucks. Fuck you. Fuck you, hypocrite-ass motherfuckers. MLK was blowing them backs out. MLK was blowing them backs out. They can't drive manual because their feet. Oh, no. Stop. Why do you guys get racist? This is not acceptable. I do not condone the actions of the people that are making semi-racist comments. I hate that. I'm black, and a lot of my friends look at me crazy because my car is a manual. Sounds like a rap album elected from jail. Trump prices put me in an 18 Camaro SS with 13,000 miles, 18 years old, 6.5 APR, 32 gauge, get the fuck out. E85 was 189. $2 a gas, $2 a gallon gas, interest rates at 2%, real unemployment under 4%. Nobody fucked with us, no wars, border was tighter than it is now. Please tell me Trump sucks. Please tell me Trump sucks. Shut the fuck up. You know what's happening now in New York, which I love? And again, not to get political because this channel can get off kilter real quick. I love that people in New York are complaining that a bunch of undocumented immigrants are showing up there and just camping the fuck out. And people are saying, we gotta stop this. Bust them back to where they came from. Texas has been dealing with this. Louisiana, Arizona, California. Welcome to the rest of the United States, stupid motherfucker. I absolutely love it. Maki Mock says, I'm black and I can drive a manual. What color is your 747? Exactly. Facts. Donald Trump will get elected from jail, and I'm not a Trump fanboy. I am just smart. You want to get a guy elected? Politically persecute him. Trump haters likely born after 2002 stopped maturing after 2002. Trump prices had an 18 some carton of eggs for less than $3, tighter than a nun. Sanctuary City. I love that New York is going to shit. I love it. I see what's happening in Manhattan, and it's bringing the actual crisis right to people's doorsteps. And I'm like, oh my Lord, this is wonderful. I can't wait till more get bust there. And thank God DeSantis and Abbott bust them to New York, because, hey, Sanctuary City, bring me your hungry, your all that shit. There you go. Now you got them. Now they want to get them out of there. Anyway, let's not get off kilter with politics, because I can see you guys are like not into politics. I mean, look, we all know where we stand here. We're on the conservative side of things, not Republican. I don't give a shit about Republican, the arm. In my opinion, they're just as bad as Democrats. They're rhinos and the Unit Party. I get it. But I'm on the conservative side of things. And a lot of people that are Hispanic and are coming across the border, believe it or not, are super religious and super conservative. But if you give them stuff, everything changes. Like, it's insanely quick. So Cybertruck, I think, has a good... Let's get back on Cybertruck shit. Cybertruck, in my opinion, has a really good chance of burying the F-150. And I think that might be the nail in the coffin for Farley. Look, I don't know if Ford has some other CEO in the background going, dude, this is going to shit really fast. Because if Biden loses the election or dies, because that motherfucker looks like Weekend at Bernie's. It's literally Weekend at Bernie's right now. Them just plopping him around and shit. Just see what it looked like at the Hawaii dinner. He looked like he looked dead. He looked dead. So let's say Ford goes in there and gets rid of the CEO. Don't you think that'll immediately signal a big change and optimism will come back? Because the stock market is a futures market. It's not real-time shit. The stock market is legal betting. All it is. There are people right now literally betting against the country, against the economy, shorting a bunch of stuff because they're betting the fact that shit's going to go downhill so they can capitalize on it. If Ford dumped the CEO after 2 years of billion-dollar losses, you think the GTD is going to be like the savior? They're going to make maybe 2,000 of those, tops. Maybe. And it's going to be the uber special people that have a token, they're going to be able to get them. You'll never see a GTD at a dealership unless they're just showing it off. So, if they signal that there's going to be a big turnover at leadership, don't you think that the stock and optimism will come back? Because everything he's done, in my opinion, has been the opposite way of, in my opinion, the way they should go. Toyota, I know they're kind of like fighting the EV stuff, and I appreciate that. Someone like me appreciates that, but the EV market hates it. The EV market hates the fact that Toyota is not electrifying fully. They're actually fighting back and saying, why don't we make everything for everyone? Why do we have to concentrate on EV stuff? Why don't we make compacts, trucks, SUVs, luxury stuff, fast stuff, rear-wheel drive stuff, turbo stuff, make vehicles for everyone? Why shove electric stuff down everyone's throat? While Chevy, Ford, and Dodge, aka Stellantis or whatever, guys, Dodge is done. And you know who I fear for the most with Dodge? Demonology. I love you, Herman. What are you going to do when your demon, your Challenger, is now an EV cat-sounding electric piece of junk? What do you call it? The Hornet is an SUV. Dodge is not going to recover from this. What made Dodge everything was the Hellcats and Trackhawks. And that's where Herman thrived.
Hellcats and Trackhawks. They got Timmy.
But now they're gone. So now you're going to have 300 horsepower Hornets. You're going to have electric Challengers that might not run as good as current Teslas. I don't see any good future for Dodge unless you're talking about stuff that is not street legal, like their drag pack program and all that other bullshit. Herman is the one I worry for the most. Are you okay? Demonology. Do you have a contingency plan? Do you have a plan B to keep your channel going if Dodge stuff goes away? Are you just going to Hellcat swap everything? I would understand that. One Slow G70 says Toyota's hybrid tech is the best in the business. Changed my mind. GTD is a cash grab. This is how bad. It's not a cash grab, though. I don't think it's a cash grab. I think if you're going to make a race car for the street and Multimatic is going to build it, basically a super high-end engineering firm, in order to make any money, you're going to have, and I don't think that money is going to come to Multimatic or Ford. I think who is going to get the biggest chunk of change from the GTD sales? The second owner. I'm sorry, the first owner. The first owner, when he sells it after the embargo is over, is going to cash in like a motherfucker. Because if you bought a Ford GT for $500,000 back 5 years ago. It is now worth $1.2 million. You have 120% return on investment. If you're sitting on cash and you got a lot of cash and you're someone of influence, you might want to get into the GTD and the Ford GT market. Not anymore. But I still like the 5.4 liter GT. I still think that's the GOAT. I still would rather take a 05 Ford GT than whatever 15 or whatever the hell they made a couple of years ago. It can't be like, Alex, that sounds like too much freedom. Alex, are the GM EV trucks coming to market anytime soon? I have not heard anything. They're dedicated EV trucks. They look pretty good. I haven't heard much about them since they announced them. I haven't heard much about them except that they're going to be $100,000. They're very good looking. The Chevy EV truck is beautiful. It's the best looking of the bunch. Images. This is the best looking truck out there, period, for the electric truck stuff. Damn it, sponsors. By far. This is slated to be $100,000. Sorry. Again, top level trim like the Ford Limited, black, yellow, Limited, Sport, Ranch. This is beautiful. And these are going to be like work trucks, like EV work trucks that are super, what do you call it? Basic, like basic stuff, rubber floor mats and nothing crazy, like rubber, nothing, no frills, just a work truck with probably good, the ability to like get 110 charges and 220 stuff, not 220. Jesus, I don't think they have 220 on it, but this is going to be it looks like a Cybertruck, bro. Call me crazy. It looks like they stole the Cybertruck front end, right? Yeah. To me, it looks like they stole the Cybertruck front end, but kept the Avalanche back half. It actually makes the F-150 look boxy. Like when you look at this versus the F-150, it looks boxy. The F-150 Lightning does look on the boxy side, but I haven't heard anything at all. I'm going to tell you guys, I pay attention to the car stuff all the time. I'm on Twitter, I'm on X, I'm on the news sites, I'm on the Drive, I'm on everything. And I haven't heard anything about an ETA for Chevy to come out with stuff, like at all. You don't car buys for profit unless they're toys, many toys. No, you buy cars for profit. And this is one of them. This is a surefire winner in terms of money. Nobody's going to race them. They may be the pre-production model or a couple of other ones. Nobody is going to buy a highly optioned GTD and take it to Laguna Seca, take it to VIR, and take it to Sebring. No freaking way these guys are going to go there. No way. A $300,000 or after it's highly optioned $400,000, they are not going to go to any of these events to road race against other cars. They might do time attack stuff or just laps on their own. When I went to Palm Beach International Raceway to do basically a test and tune, for lack of a better word, I went in my black car, and there were guys there with Ford GT350Rs. I was blown away how beautiful the 350R was. He had like a blue and white stripe 350R with the black wing, the black carbon wheels. Gorgeous car. He went out there to race it against cars like mine, my 11 GT. Meaning not door to door, but we're on the same track and we can pass each other. He took the whole front end out of it because he missed a turn. The whole front end, because the splitter is really low, took it out from under it, came in dragging it in, and I went, that guy probably will sell that car. I can't imagine anyone with a $300,000 or $400,000 vehicle with minimal driving experience, because look, are racers going to buy this? I'm saying the vast majority. Let's say they make 300. 200 of them are going to be bought by people that do not know how to road race because it's an investment. People who bought the Ford GTs did. I have yet to see one being raced on a road course. Same. Would you ever purchase a Ford GT or GT40 kit car? Yeah, I'd purchase a kit car because then I'm not afraid of fucking it up. You know what I mean? Like, I would never buy... Let's say I get really lucky and I'm in a position of having millions of dollars, which I don't think will ever happen. I kind of have like a weird blue collar work ethic that doesn't allow me to take risks. I'm safe. You know what I mean? Like with my money. So I wouldn't really like splurge. The ZR1 to me, to be honest with you guys, I felt douchey. But after I drove it home, I stopped feeling douchey really quick because it's a really nice car. But anyway, I don't think I would buy something that expensive and then race it. Would I buy a kit car and race it? Absolutely. A used one. Something that someone already raced and used up and then I can like freshen it up and race it? Absolutely. No one's buying this junk. You might see a press car to beat on, but that's it. They'll take it to Cars and Coffee and the golf course. That dude, Misha, took a 350R around the ring. That car is amazing. Yes, and Misha's great. What I like about Misha is he really knows the ring. He's an insanely competent driver. He loved the 350R. He loved the ACR, but the problem is with the ACR Viper, it was modified. And the tires were rubbing when it would bottom out because all of the aero and downforce that it was creating was actually making the tires scrape a little bit. And it was kind of interesting to hear that. But the 350R, he said, I love the gearbox, which is crazy to me. I love the clutch. I love the engine. And the thing was actually getting after it. And he wasn't shifting at 8,200. He was shifting at like 75, 7,200. You're right, Joe Swish. Actual racers buy stuff like Zondas and McLarens. But I'm saying, I don't know many Ford guys that have that kind of money, that road race, that are willing to damage the GT, the DCD or Ford GT. Like the Ford GT, I know I know one guy that has two of them. He's in Palm Beach. Don't ask how I know. They have, one has 1,800 miles. The other one I think has 600 miles. Cars and Coffee. Cars and Coffee. That's all he does. Or like cruise runs to like Cars and Coffee in the Keys, or Cars and Coffee in Palm Beach, or Cars and Coffee in Boca Raton. Nothing but Cars and Coffees. Saying Chota's not going to get one. Stop. Okay. He would be in so much debt. The payment would be over $4,000 a month. He does not have that kind of money. I love you guys. He does not have that kind of money. He has enough money to cover the payments on the vehicles, and his channel doesn't generate enough income to be able to pay for the vehicles on its own. My channel generates enough income because of the memberships, not the actual videos. If you look at my analytics on a publicly available analytics site, it says this channel makes $9,000 a year, and it makes that a month and then some. Analytics, some of the stuff that you guys like, the chat stuff. If I took the memberships that I have now, moved them off of YouTube into like a Patreon where I keep all of it, it would be totally different. But I think it's better to let YouTube have some of it because you guys get some of the silly icons and stuff like that that I just can't manage that by myself. Look, I'm a YouTube employee. That's how I look at it. YouTube's my boss. I gotta tread lightly. So I know how much his channel makes because all I have to do is maybe double what the public stuff says. And I'm like, you don't got enough to cover the payment on a GTD, GT500 and an 18 Mustang. You just don't. Unless you do shirts and you sell your soul and do giveaways and do really weird shit. That's the only way I can see him doing that. But on YouTube alone, he doesn't make the money. Yeah, exactly. After both 16, 17 GTs, or are they both 056 GTs? The 0506 was $140,000 new. Yes, the $140,000 new GT is worth about $400 now. The 16 to 17 is like $1.2 million. It's dumb. Cars and Coffee around here. Commie guys with Hot Wheels want to be cars. Got it. Work smart, not hard. Alex has the better business model. Exactly. I'm not about that bullshit. Would you take a grassroots 352 around the ring? Stangeranger won't even get an invite to a GTD. I know that Brooks from Drag Times has a token. I don't know why he got a token, out of all things. But he's in that world. He's in that collector car market world. I think he's independently wealthy aside than the YouTube channel. Didn't you show off an FP350S Mustang at Cars and Coffee? If you're a Ford guy that races, why not buy one of those? Yes. The Ford Performance 350S, in my opinion, is a better vehicle if you're going to go road racing. You don't register it. FP350S. Here we go. Yep, this vehicle, in my opinion, if you want to go racing, is perfect. If you want to go road racing, but this is $100,000, right? Spec sheet. Oh gosh, what the hell? What in the hell? Okay, here we go. Wow, 5.2, 82. Okay, so it's voodoo, nothing crazy. Bullshit. Anything else? That's it? Nothing else? I can't scroll? Dude, I can't scroll. Can I pet that dog? No, it's one page. So anyway, that's what you should buy, in my opinion, if you're going to actually road race something. A 350S from Ford Performance that all you do is go out there and go racing and you park and maintenance it, and then you park it. Get it out of your life. But not to drive it. Some guy actually towed one to Cars and Coffee and showed it off. And I think that was a real good look. I want to know who Only Rears is. I don't know who he actually is, but he must be an OG fan because he's referencing shit that happened years ago. He has a Ford and their crappy chips to get in line. He has a yellow GT. Yes. No, I think he sold it. I think Brooks sold the GT. I think he got a Ferrari, a Tesla. He's a Ferrari and Porsche and Tesla German car guy. The GTD is a collector item for sure, but the 911 ST will command more resale market because it's something people actually ask for. 150 grand just to hit the wall. Nice. Would you T56 swap? Wait, would a T56 swap be good in a 17 car with a VMP? Yes. We don't tune trannies, we tune transmissions. Do y'all tune these trannies? We tune those transmissions. They're not a problem. Looks like the back of a Hot Wheels car. What do you think about the 6.8 liter Mustang? Too bad we can't get a green one and call it Sprite. Look, I don't understand the allure of the GTD unless it's an investment. It's an investment. If you have money laying around. Okay, I know 3 or 4 guys that are willing to lend me money for a house so that I can go around the cash stuff. But the problem is go around the bank stuff. But the problem is they want a bigger down payment and the interest rate is favorable. Why do they do that? Now, the money that's sitting there in the bank can be deducted from their taxable income and it's working for them. Now they're $500,000 or whatever. They're getting a yearly return of 5% on that for at least 2 or 3 years. And sometimes some of the deals at these private lenders, that's what it's called. It's a private lender. Some of these guys, what they do is they let someone borrow money. You could buy a house with that money. Then they get 5% back every couple of years. Then you buy them out. You as long as you can refinance the house, buy them out, get them out of the loan. Now they've made money for nothing. Just here you go. So if you have $500,000 laying around and you're a guy of influence, you're going to buy this GTD. You're going to let it sit in your garage for 2 years. Once the embargo is over, you're going to offer it for sale. And people are going to go, how much you get it for? $375. How much you want for it? $575. Sold. Call the DD500 Ukraine the way it's taking all your money. Twin Turbo V8 is the biggest draw besides Risa. Papi Trump said on Truth Social que se la van a pelar. Oh, shit. Let me see what Papi Trump said on Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. Let's see what Papi Trump said. Piss off some of the guys that could compare him to MLK. Someone said MAGA forever. Let me lower the volume. Let me see if he actually spoke on the mic. If he dropped some bars to people. Here it is. Here we go. Here's Papi Trump.
Challenge an election, you should be able to challenge an election. I thought the election was a rigged election, a stolen election, and I should have every right to do that. As you know, you have many people that you've been watching over the years do the same thing, whether it's Hillary Clinton or Stacey Abrams or many others. When you have that great freedom to challenge, you have to be able to, otherwise you could have very dishonest elections. What has taken place here is a travesty of justice. We did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. And everybody knows it. I've never had such support. And that goes with the other ones, too. What they're doing is election interference. They're trying to interfere with an election. There's never been anything like it in our country before. This is their way of campaigning. And this is one instance, but you have 3 other instances. It's election interference.
By the way, that thing in the back is just plain. What color is your 760? Is it 767? I forget what it is, but it's a Billy Badass plane. I see it every day. Every time if I drive to Power by the Hour, it's just sitting there. Sam isn't afraid of getting into massive debt. Plus, he garnered a damn good payday from his DD500 giveaway. Did he do that? Did he do that? Did he give away his GT500? Stupid. Jason says, GT500 60 to 130 video soon. Okay, now I'm getting close to getting it broken in. I'm going to put it up in the air. I'm going to nut and bolt everything. I'm going to go through every single little nut and bolt that I touched on that car. Motor mounts, bell housing, blower, all the pulleys, everything. I'm going to nut and bolt beginning to end, everything. I'm going to send the drive shaft out to get balanced because I feel a slight vibration, so I want to make sure everything is good, but I think it's mostly the solid motor mount and the solid transmission mount that's causing that slight vibration. I'm also going to check the pinion angle. That's another thing I have to check before I go wide open throttle. And once all that is done, I'm going to lower the timing to about 14 degrees because it's 12 to 1 compression right now. It is big boy compression. And it's going to see about 20 pounds of boost with a 2.4 pulley on a 2650 VMP blower with a Kenny Bell throttle body. Once I do that, once I go watt, and fueling is good, it's going to the dyno. I'm not going to do 60 to 130 crazy stuff. I'm going to do a third gear hit to about 7,200. Look at the data log. Everything looks good. Okay, come on back. Get it on the dyno. Dial it in there. Then I'll do 60 to 130 because, guys, we're in the middle of tropical rainy season here. So the days that I can do 60 to 130 are going to be on the weekend and they're going to be in the afternoon, exactly when it rains. So I probably won't get a great day super soon, but you'll get dyno videos, you'll get polls, you'll get sounds and sights. I'll do my best to get you as much content on that car as possible. The next project is the Corvette again. Heat exchanger, auxiliary pump, E85 is the next step. I want to make 800 wheel on that car. Can't wait for Trump's version of I Have a Dream. Right. Oh, I love it. Now one motherfucker's going to pay $500,000 for a Mustang. Yeah, they will. Yes, they will. People pay $100,000 for a Gen 2 with a bigger motor at 4,100 pounds. Again, people pay $100,000 for a 4,100 pound Mustang with older lights and 760 horsepower and a transmission that can't drag race for shit. People pay $100,000. Get your Baltron and 500 snack pack shirts. Exactly. At least he speaks like a human. Alex, I left some tips for driving a faceplated trans. Yes, Joe Swish. So Joe Swish did a great job. He said, Alex, if you double clutch, you won't get the grinding and thudding sound. He's right. When you go to first to second, you got to clutch in, neutral, clutch in again, meaning clutch in, go neutral, let go of the clutch in again, put it in second. If you do it quickly enough, it does not do any thudding. And if you come to a complete stop, put the clutch in and let the transmission stop rolling around. It can go into first gear without thudding. I did it yesterday when I went to the car wash. It was a 40-minute drive. 40-minute drive to the car wash. Washed the car, drove it 40 minutes back. It was phenomenal. It drove really well. Couple of tuning things I got to do, but that sucker's ready for watt stuff as long as I check all the nuts and bolts to make sure I didn't forget anything and nothing got loose after driving it for a little while. No. I am not going to do 20 degrees on a 12 to 1 compression motor. The highest I'll go timing-wise on that car is going to be 19 degrees. It used to see 22. But if that car, and again, diminishing gains. We're going to start at 14 degrees. On the dyno, watt, see what it makes. Add 2 degrees, 16. Watt, see what it makes. Add 2 more degrees, 18. Watt. And if there's diminishing returns after 17 degrees, I'll leave it at 17.5 or 18 degrees and just add boost if I want to make more power. Hopefully not 798 horsepower. Right, that'd be hilarious. I was going to do 60 to 130 in a Hurricane. They're not paying for the Mustang. They're paying for the rarity and the resale value. DCT La Luz. Oh my God, stop it. People pay $100,000 for a watch. People pay $500,000 for a shack. Exactly. They'll pay $500,000 for a Mustang. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. My jaw is killing me because today marks 1 week since they removed my wisdom teeth and one of these guys. It is super jacked up. I got rods. I got stuff everywhere. Just really jacking me up. So after talking for over an hour and a half, it's very painful. But I'll do my best to keep bringing you guys content because the show can't stop just because they moved, bones out of my head. Fuck all that. So I'm going to be back on Sunday. I'm going to try to cut up some clips of this show, probably the MLK section, and just put it up tomorrow. And then I'll get you sight sounds, videos, whatever I can from the GT500, from the Corvette, from the Mustang, from the Notchback. There's a lot of stuff that has to happen. But, guys, it's literally tropical rainy season right now, so not much is happening out and about. So hopefully I'll get to you guys on Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. Again, we're on Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Thursday, 8 o'clock, and Sunday morning at 9:30 for Peasant Chat. And I'll try to sprinkle in some clips and talk a little shit during the week when I am not live. I'm out of here. I'm going to get in bed, take some ibuprofen, and rest up for Sunday. Have a good rest of your night. See you guys later. Bye.